There's some other news to tell you about tonight. Clashes continue to intensify in the Middle East. There have been flashes of violence between Palestinian protesters and Israeli troops in the wake of President Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital city of Israel. Eyewitness News reporter Burkett was in the thick of those protests. He's in Jerusalem with the latest.
Jerusalem is the focal point, the reason for the unrest. But the largest demonstrations are actually taking place miles from here, in places like the holy city of Bethlehem, where the faces of the protesters are getting younger and younger.
The rocks rained down on Israeli soldiers for a third straight day, as hundreds of demonstrators took to the streets in every major Palestinian city, determined not to let up.
Jerusalem is our capital, the capital of Palestine, not Israel.
As protesters surged closer and closer to the troops, they were driven back with rubber bullets, stun grenades, and tear gas. Clouds of noxious, searing gas that billowed down the street and set protesters running for cover, desperate to escape it.
Yeah, if you look down there, you can see the tear gas is starting to make its way up the street, and so everybody's got to back up.
Anger over the U.S. declaration on Jerusalem has turned to rage this week.
Donald Trump should shut up and leave. He should shut up and leave.
Despite the rising tensions, in Ramallah, we found that life on the West Bank goes on, but with a new sense of despair.
Of course, no future.
The Israelis, this mother told us, have killed our children's hopes.
You don't know what's going to happen here.
No, you can't know.
You can't know.
Yet the impact is hardly being felt inside Israel.
Feels like it's just normal here.
I understand why this decision by the U.S. would be so emotional and so difficult for them. I don't know. I think there are other ways to handle it.
But the lack of hope may be giving birth to a new generation of angry young men.
What difference does it make to throw rocks at the soldiers?
We don't have guns, this boy told me. We only have stones. It's all that we have.
4 Palestinians have been killed in the unrest. Hundreds more have been injured. Their leaders called for 3 days of rage, and that's exactly what they got. But what will they get on day 4, or day 5, or day 45? Impossible to predict tonight. In Jerusalem, Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Jay was live on Facebook in the middle of some of those protests. To see the full raw interaction, you can find that video on the ABC7 NY Facebook page.